control. Now I got a lot.
Dude, I have Rhythm Nation on vinyl. I was listening to it yesterday.
Dude, that's the move right there.
Look, Scott Mawson looks like he's on the Rhythm Nation tour right now with his
I
head.
see him. Look at Scott with the full beard and mustachio there.
Oh, you should have saw this thing a couple of weeks ago. I shaved it for the event I went to. I had like the down here guy going.
You was feeling full, but no. What up, Carl?
100%. How's it going, man? Good to see
VP
you.
in the place to be. What up, Carl?
Good to see everybody.
Carl got the mustachio. He got the fly little Southeast Asian mustachio right there. There you go. Catherine, I'm not going to talk about you at all. You got the plants going on in the background. You see, I'm a fan. Actually, yes. I didn't do any of this. This is all my daughter and my wife. This is if you see the whole setup here, bang, it's just nothing but plants.
This is my kitchen jungle.
Yes, it is a kitchen dining room jungle. Bridget Harris, she's got nothing but soul behind her. I see you, Bridget. Yes, y'all. Welcome. And then Lauren, who gave me the welcome in the beginning. Welcome. Look at those glasses, looking amazing. It's very debonair. Do you say that about women? Can you say debonair about women?
Sure.
Sekou, you can say whatever you want.
Sure, why not?
There we go. Let's go. Let's rocking and rolling. And then I see Jill Keating in the place to be. What up, Jill? Yes, y'all.
Sekou, let me introduce you, man. Thanks for.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. You know me. I'm just taking off.
You're live in Jennifer Kuhn's. She usually broadcasts us into her branch office in Jackson, New Jersey. But dude, yeah, I want to say, dude, yeah, everybody. I don't know who here knows Sekou or has seen Sekou before. Of course, everybody does. Right? Sekou's been a friend of mine for a very long time. He's been a mentor of mine, a teacher of mine, a friend of mine, and yeah, he's nice enough to join us today on the Joe Oz group on our training and just take us through. Just I don't know, this guy. I love this guy because he fires me up. I love this guy because, dude, he is who he says he is, man. There's no there's no bullshit. Right? Like, who is who he says he is, man. He does what he says he's gonna do, and the guy just comes from contribution. And I've never seen him. I don't think I've ever heard him say no. Can you help me? Can you help me? We do this. And yeah, he puts other people before himself, and that's what I love about him. Thanks for joining us today, dude. What are you going to talk about?
Dude, thanks for having me. I'm going to talk about $39 million on the board, 15 days in July. I'm going to talk about $150 million in the 30 days of June. I want to talk about another $70 million in May. I want to talk about another $35 million in April. I want to talk about another $20 million in March. I want to talk about the fact that these agents that are putting these numbers up on the board are less than 2 years in the business. The gross majority of them, over 60% of them, have only been in the business since 2020. Most of them started mid-pandemic. Most of them got their license because the other job went away or they went on furlough, and it gave them a chance to go out and get the license that they've always been saying they wanted to do. They shortened the gap. COVID shortened the gap between their thoughts and their actions. And so we've just taken that pattern that they started and just repeated it. Not COVID. We're not going to repeat COVID over and over again. Okay. Let's just say that. But we've taken the power of shortening the gap between the plan and the implementation, and we just repeat it over and over again. So if you like, I'm going to rant for about maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and then we're going to do some interaction for the rest. And we might actually make a deal or two before we get off. Is that all right?
Yeah, I love it.
All right, rock and roll. I'm going to try to share the screen. Can I share the screen? Do I have permission? I do have permission. Let's go. So I'm going to show you what this month is looking like so far. So everyone agrees today is, all right, Cat 2. That's my man Devin's cat. Devin passed away. I inherited his cats. His cats are a part of every single broadcast now. Right. So this is 15 days worth of production, 15 days worth of momentum, 15 days worth of volume. This is about 30 or so agents reporting their numbers. There's 2 million there. That's Long Island. My man Johnny M is in Orlando. Johnny started his real estate career in March.
Wow.
Okay. This is the volume that he's put under contract in 15 days. He's had 15 appointments. We have a a theory that if you set 3 appointments a day, it's going to be pretty hard for you not to have at least 1 contract a day. And so all we ever do is aim for a deal a day. And so that's the perspective that you're dealing with. All right. And so anything between 0 and a deal a day is really, really powerful, right? I mean, even if you get some momentum going and it turns into crap and it falls apart, you've generated that momentum during your business day. So I want us all to understand that I shoot for 24 months of production at all times. All right. So the work that Sam is putting in today is creating a 24-month pipeline. That 90% of the results that you get on a daily basis is no. All right. And that the faster we embrace that, the faster that we look to encourage the no's, the faster that we look to disqualify people, the greater your business is going to be. So as a certified fat dude, what I always do is I refer stuff back to the bakery. All of my business is analogous. Is that how you say that? Right? We create an analogy. Thank you very much, Catherine, because you know what? Sometimes I just make stuff up when I'm going along, right? So all of my business is analogous to the bakery, right? And so as a real estate agent, how many times have you heard, I'm a people person, I really get along well, I provide the best service, the customers, I show up for them, et cetera, et cetera. Well, damn it, you own a business, you got to show up for them or else you don't do anything, right? If you look at that pattern, the time that you spend in front of the customer is technically the cash register. It is only closing the deal. And that is the only time you really, really, really and truly spend in front of the customer if you have a traditional business. So if we're talking about a bakery, you've made the dough, you've let the dough rise, you got up early and preheated the oven, you put the preheated oven to test by making sure that you could put those items, those baked goods, those donuts, those pastries, those bagels, those muffins. I'm getting hungrier again. You put that in the oven and you cook them for a certain amount of time. It's a scientific equation, right? It's a system, right? It's flour, water, sugar, eggs, whatever, plus heat and time, right? And so that's a system, right? And you bake that up for a certain amount of time. You pull them out at the appropriate time so that you don't overcook them or so that they're not undercooked. And then you have to stock your display case. And then once you've put everything together and your sign is out front, that's when you open your door and you start letting your folks in, right? So we see that 90% of the work is done without any customers being in front of us at all. It is, damn, Jill, that is a big mug. I like that mug. So when we are working in this real estate business, understand that you are the baker and that you have to put in the work away from the customers so that, and this is going to be important, and I want you to understand that, so that you're not creating long ass lines that people are tired of waiting on. Okay? If you look at the bakery, if you opened your door and you weren't ready to receive customers yet, you were still trying to put your shit together when they were in the store, you would have a long line out the door. And customer number 11 and 12 is not looking good for them, right? They're online and they're wondering whether or not they're even going to see product, and they're going to start getting antsy, and they're probably going to go to Dunkin' Donuts down the street where, yeah, it may not be the best quality, but they can get it done quicker. All right. So my bakery analogy is going to come up a few times in this conversation. I want you to understand that you are, if you've opened a bakery, chances are you didn't open a bakery to be a master cash register attendant. Chances are you didn't open a bakery to be a master sign painter, right? To paint the sign out front of your bakery. Right? Chances are you didn't open the bakery to be a master line queue former, right? Like that wasn't your thing, man. Your thing was probably, you know what? I really like making donuts and I make donuts better than anybody I ever knew. I'm going to make these donuts and I'm going to distribute them to the people. If I have to, I'm going to give them away. Shit, I don't even care, right? The very first people through your door are not going to be strangers, but they're going to be people that you know. Am I right about that? As a matter of fact, you'd be a little bit offended if you made a bunch of bakery stuff, made a bunch of cakes and donuts and stuff like that, and your friends and family didn't come and sample your goods. So you might even do a special opening where you invite your friends, family, your past clients, your customers, your colleagues at the other job that you left and said, you know what, this job can kiss my ass. I'm going to go off and make my bakery, right? And you do a special opening just for them where you let them sample your goods. Am I right about that? All right. How many of you have had a special opening with your real estate business where you let your friends, your family, your customers, your clients, your colleagues that you told to kiss your ass come in and sample your real estate goods? Right? Joe has. I know Joe has. Joe puts his stuff out there in the world, right? And so we're going to say right now that your special opening can happen in social media right now. Today. You could do it today. As a matter of fact, we're going to do something today where we're going to invite everyone to come and sample our real estate goods. Is that fair? All right.
Yep.
I believe in 200 contacts a day. I believe that every salesperson worth their salt, every ISA, every inbound, outbound, every single agent, salesperson that I know is responsible, not shooting for, is responsible for a minimum of 200 contacts a day. Now I see Jill's face like, hold up a second. I don't have that kind of time. I got to balance this. I got to do that. I got to make sure that my coffee cup is full. There's a lot of stuff that happens during the day. I can't afford to just be trying to, make 200 contacts. Sekou, you're crazy. Well, a contact is one of 5 things. If you've ever heard me do my broadcast before, it's one of 5 things. A, it's a belly-to-belly contact. That's a door knock. That's a telephone call. That's a Skype. That's all these new formats where you can talk to each other face to face, right? You can go back and forth, et cetera, et cetera. That message is the easiest contact to make. However, they take the most time. Okay. So on average, I make between 30 and 60 telephone contacts an hour. Now, understand this, that a telephone contact or a belly-to-belly contact does not have to be deep and meaningful and about real estate for it to be a contact, okay? Hey, yo, Joe, what's up? How you feeling, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, man. How's the family?
Things are great, man. Things are good, man. We're just enjoying summer, getting to the beach, and we have another baby on the way, and things are good.
Damn! You need a TV, brother. No, I'm just playing with you, man. Listen. I'm trying to get inked up, man. I want to get a new sleeve, man. Do you know a great artist that can really put some ink on me, man?
Of course.
All right, listen, man. If you don't mind, I'm gonna reach out to you. See if you could send that over to me, and if you don't mind, I'll reach out to you later and just follow up, tell you how it went.
Yeah, of course, man. That'd be awesome. Easy.
All right, great. That was a contact. That was a powerful contact. That contact is going to yield results for years and years and years to come. Okay, understand this, that we are looking to establish relationships. Okay, so a contact is just an opportunity to establish further relationships. Second kind of contact, ready? Is a text message. You send out a text message. Bridget, how many text messages do you send a day? You're probably like, you're pretty like a ninja with that, right? Do it with one hand, close your eyes, swipe, texting, the whole 9 yards, right? So when you send out a text message, the person receives it, opens it, and responds to you. Any response they give is a contact. Okay. And you got to start counting even the frivolous ones. Hey, Ma, I'm going to go pick up the kids. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. Great contact. Perfect. Establish relationship, establish further communication. Text message, instant message, direct message, semaphore, smoke signal, that little whatever that was, that Morse code shit. That's it. If they send a message back, that is a contact, right? This is a big one. This is the one that gets me most of my contacts a day. As a matter of fact, it'll get me close to maybe 1,000 contacts a day if I allow it to rock the way that it should. A live broadcast. When you do a live broadcast, that is the ultimate in face-to-face communication, even though it's not face-to-face communication. So I start live broadcasting. Lisa jumps on to the broadcast. And while I'm broadcasting live, I go, what up, Lisa? I see my girl Lisa out there. What up, girl? right? That is a contact, that's communication. You MTFI, you make them feel important. Every time you do that, it multiplies. The person next to Lisa, the person that's watching the broadcast that saw Lisa come on, gets a rush from me recognizing that Lisa came on. Does that make sense, y'all? Right? It's called a parasocial relationship. I'm not going to go into the science of it because the people that are a lot smarter than me can explain it a lot better than me. It's just the art and science of feeling like you know the person that you're watching, right? You see The Rock on TV, you see him in the movies and stuff like that. You remember that eyebrow thing that he does. Sometimes you feel like he's doing it just for you, okay? That's a parasocial relationship. Yeah, there you go, John. You did, right? So the fourth kind of contact is a more passive contact. It is another social media contact. This is every other kind of post except for a live post. So if you got a video of a kitten and the kitten is in a boot and it's making funny sounds and it's in the boot and everybody's laughing and making comments on it, you do the post, someone comments or likes it or put the little love symbol on it, and then you reply to their comment. That is a single contact as well. Right. And so the most powerful social media contacts that you can make is when you ask a question that has nothing to do with real estate. Right. And so one of my agents, one of the agents that I'm coaching, put up a post today that said sugar or salt in grits. Right. So now that is at least in the Black community, man, that's an eternal fight. There's a beef constantly between people that put sugar in grits or salt in grits. So that right there will get 100 comments in the comment section. There's 100 contacts right there if you reply to them. I had an agent today put in cereal first or milk first in your bowl and just put it out there. And so people make that face, Carl, people make that face and be like, who puts cereal, who puts milk first in their bowl? And then somebody else will be like, dude, that's the only way to make sure you get the right amount of milk to cereal ratio. And you get 150 comments on there and you reply to all of them. Those are all contacts that'll be worth gold 24 months running. Fair enough? And so the last contact that we're making is an inbound contact. It's a passive contact, but it's one that all of us look for. It is those inbound leads from Zillow and Trulia, and every other place out there. If you're working your KV core is creating, my KV core creates a solid lead every hour of every day that I work. Okay. And before the end of this broadcast, I'll put it up there and I'll actually show you that every single hour, there's at least one solid lead asking me a question about a property somewhere. And for all of my agents out there that are within the sound of my voice that say they don't want to work with another buyer, that's fine. Send them my way. Because this market is not for today. Listen to me carefully. This market is not for today. And if I get those buyers that are struggling to get offers accepted, that are struggling to get in and seeing properties, that are struggling to know where they're going to be next, and I do my job and provide a service to them, and I share my resources, time, energy, information, relationships, and money, then 24 months down the line, after they've lived in their house for 2 years, after they've done this and the market shifts and everybody's out there looking for freaking buyers to work with, I've got a solid foundation that I've been working for the last 2 years. Does that make sense, y'all? So I'm going to give you all exactly what we've done in order to create 150 million. And I didn't share last month. So hold on, let me share last month's with you. I shared this month's. So this is so far 39 million. Look at last month, y'all. $146 million. Listen to me carefully. Only 31 agents. You see this number right here? Can you see that under the 2.5%? 31 agents reported. That's $117,000 worth of commission for each one of them for the month of June. Now, obviously, everything's not going to close in June, right? But what they've done is created a pipeline where they've almost guaranteed a six-figure salary, but that's just 1 month. Because if we look back in May, those same 30 or so agents created another $72 million worth of business, which is guaranteeing them about $78,000 worth of commission. So now if you're doing the math the way I'm doing the math, that's $188,000 or $189,000 worth of commission. Even if only half of that closed, right? 180 and a half, that's 90 grand. Am I right? So what we are looking at is constant and never-ending lead cultivation, relationship management, and growth. The other half of this equation, and don't shoot the messenger, y'all. The other half of this equation is that it costs a lot in order to generate those leads. No, I'm just playing. Those are actually a zero cost leads. These leads are going to be generated by spending $0. You got to keep your cell phone up to date. You like how I did that, right, Joe?
Love it.
There is an investment of time. There is an investment of commitment. Your commitment to your goals are going to be incredibly important. And then finally, there is a decision to make. It is the decision to close the gap between the plan and the action. I'm going to say that over and over again. You'll hear me say that over and over and over again. I'm sure at the beginning of the day, the beginning of the week, the beginning of the month, the quarter, the year, you guys are creating goals and a mission and a plan for the year. Most people create a mission for the year and it takes them to March before they even get started with their plan, because they got to make sure that all their pencils are sharpened and all of their lines are straight and they got their ruler in the right place and they use the proper protractor and all of that stuff. Yes, I did finally get to use the word protractor in a sentence, Scott, right? You know how much it means to me, right? So what we are going to do today, if you participate, what we are going to do today is I am going to generate in the very least $10,000 worth of commission for you within the next, how much time do we have? 10 minutes?
We got an hour. We're here till.
Oh, we're good for an hour? Oh,
yeah.
shit, you guys are in trouble now, motherfucker.
I mean, you can stay as long as you want. Our term is an hour.
All right, so check this out. This is
20 grand. Fuck it.
This is the key. So we're gonna make at least $1 million doing this thing here today, right? So we got multiple brands on here. What up, Gene? Gene, your last name is so easy. Krutansky. Did I say it right? Krutansky. Oh, please unmute. Let me know if I said that right. What up, Katie? I see Katie Roberts. What up, Katie Lynn? That's that Monmouth County. She rocking and rolling down there. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. So, Lisa, this is the key. We are going to talk to the most underserved demographic in the real estate world. You guys ready for this? You know who the underserved demographic is? Come on, somebody take a shot. Don't say nothing racial, guys, okay? Who's the most underserved demographic in the real estate world today?
The buyer?
The renter.
Renter.
No one gives a shit about the renter right now.
Yeah, but
Here's
you're
a demographic.
You're in Hoboken, dude, right? Like,
yeah, and I'm in Hoboken, and we still couldn't give a shit about the renter right now. Like, it's just that much stuff going on. It's like, what the hell? That you want a renter? Get out of here. Go to Craigslist, right?
Yeah.
So here's $1 million idea for you guys. Ready? I want you to go to Facebook. I want you to open up the groups tab. I want you to create a new group. It is a private group, right? So you're going to go to Facebook. You're going to go to the groups tab. You're going to open up the thing and you're going to create a new group. It is a private group, right? So only you have control of who goes into the group. And I want you to make a cute title that is exclusively for tenants, for people who are renting properties. So the titles that I use is Never Rent Again, Fire Your Landlord, Fuck That Rent Payment, right? Do you guys know, just side note, social media, non-important information that I found out very recently. Do you know that in Sweden, no, it's not in Sweden, it's in Scotland. Scott, it's in Scotland, okay? You know, right? When they pay off their mortgage, they paint their front door red. Bridget knew that. I didn't know that. I was today years old when I learned that, right?
That's how you flex on them. You're like, yo,
flex on you. Flex on them. Flex on your ex with your red ex.
Paid off, renter.
My shit is paid off, right? So what if we created a tradition here in America that says when you go from being a renter to an owner, you paint your front door green and call the group the Green Door Society. And every 90 days, you celebrate all the green doors you see. And the underlying platform inside of your renters group that wants to fire their landlord is to make them a member of the Green Door Society, and you do it 90 days to home ownership. So I'm giving you guys content. This is years worth of content right here. You take every single tenant that you've ever known in your entire life, everybody that's renting a property anywhere in the country, and you shove them into this group. Then you add to the group a lender, no, not just a lender, like the lender, like your badass ninja MF lender that gets the job done. And that lender is responsible for delivering no less than 8 to 12 pieces of information on how to become an owner versus a renter, how to leverage a rent. We're gonna do a very, very, very quick campaign before the end of this thing where we're actually going to get them to sign up for this group. You ready for this, Joe? This is brilliant, man. Dude, we've been doing this. We've been putting so much money on the board. It's incredible. All right. So in that group, you're going to put a lender, a title rep, an attorney, whatever, a financial planner. You're going to put all the people that you would use to close a deal or to create a deal inside of this group so that they can deliver the data to this people. The content is not going to all come from you. You're going to put cute shit up like, did you know that they paint the door red? And that's why we call us the Green Door Society, because when a tenant goes to an owner, he becomes a Green Door owner, or she becomes a Green Door Club Society. You're going to do that. That shit is awesome. And we're just going to act like it's a reality. All right? So we'll build this up. You're going to do 90 days to home ownership. Inside of there, definitely what you need is a credit counselor. You definitely need some sort of financial planner so that you can teach them how to save for the 2.5% to 3% that they would need for the most powerful mortgage in the world, the FHA mortgage. You're going to have a VA specialist for all of the vets that don't really know that they can buy a house with no money down, right? You're going to do all of this. What you will be responsible for, guys, what you will be responsible for is celebrating every single person that you see that moves, whether it's a sale, whether it's a rental, whether it's a purchase. If they move, you're going to celebrate them in the group, even if they're not in the group. Does that make sense? So Jill, you're going to have 200 people in that group. And every week you're going to be like, congratulations to the Green Door owners, such and such and such, blah, 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 whatever. You're just going to have like a winner's circle every week where you're showing people make those moves, right? All it's going to do is let the people in the group know that it can be done and that it's happening all the time. You might actually create some FOMO. You'll probably do 12 transactions just from having that group. 12 transactions a year just from having that group once a month, at least. If you're very active in it, it could turn into 24 to 50, whatever. You could be like the goddess of first-time home buyers, right? All right. So now check this out. This is awesome. You want to get people into that group? So this is what we're going to do. You're going to come up with you're going to open up Facebook. You're going to create this private group. Only you can invite people into the group. Maybe the lender can invite people into the group, right? Maybe the title rep can invite people into the group. As a matter of fact, you might want to make it mandatory that if you add them to the group, they have to add people to the group. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, shove, shove, right? Then you're going to create a pattern of content where you make the people, all of your allies, the lender, the title, blah, 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 you make them responsible for at least one piece of information a week / month, depending on how many people you have in there. You don't want to inundate them with stuff, but you want to make sure that it's consistent, right? Now we got to start inviting people into the group. Lisa, this is so fly. What is it? Stulek? Am I saying it right? Stulek? All right. So this is you remind me of my sister. I'm gonna put a picture of my sister up. You and my sister look alike. So every time I go that way, I see her. All right. So now look, right? So this is I swear, oh my God. This is great. You don't have to wait to create your group to do this. You can create business right now. You pull out your phone. I want you to open up your text group, your text, whatever your iPhone people, you got like weird messenger text things. I'm an Android guy. Open up a notebook or some shit like that. And you're going to write this down. You're going to send this to every single person that you know that is renting an apartment today. Anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world that you could do a deal. So if you're with a company that can't do deals outside of US, too bad. But anywhere you know that somebody is renting a property, you're going to say this exact. Oh my God. So the question goes like this, Sam. Did you know? You started off with did you know, right? Did you know that the average renter is more qualified for a loan or for a mortgage, depending on how, you might be one of those people that like to write the word mortgage. Did you know that the average renter is more qualified for a loan than the average owner is? Question mark, send. Did you know that the average renter is more qualified for a loan than the actual owners are? Question mark, send. You make it a question. Don't make it a statement, okay? Don't be a know-it-all, right? Follow it up with a phone call or a text that says, hey, I'm going to have my lender reach out to you to see how much property you can buy if you wanted to buy a property. Hey, I'm going to have my lender reach out to you to see how much property you could buy if you wanted to buy a property. ... Don't put a question mark, but don't leave it as a single period. You don't want to close it off. You want to make it ... because that's like that cliffhanger shit. That's like an ellipsis. That makes it so that they're like, ooh, something more to come. And then if you don't have a lender that's badass enough to pick up the phone and call your friend or your relative or your colleague or your past customer or your past, whatever the hell it is, and just be like, hey, at least ask me to give you a call and do like a free pre-mortgage, temperature check, whatever the hell they want to call it. When they find out that they're qualified for $450,000 worth of property, what do you think is going to happen next? I must get between 15 and 20. Hell yes. I would curse more, but I'm trying to be good. I'm on Oz's thing there, and there's a bleep factor there, right? So when they find out that they can buy $450,000 worth of house, I get all kinds of crazy messages back, right? I just got a message back from my buddy Gabe that I did that exact same thing. He was like, he was surprised. They said I could buy, they giving me $500,000 for this thing. I was like, yeah, bro. And so then let's take it a step further. If you're taking notes, I just want you to hear me on this, right? Last week, maybe 2 weeks ago. No, it was last week. I saw either in the news or in social media that people are walking away from their jobs because their jobs are forcing them to come back into the office, right? And that the mindset was this: for the last 18 months, I have been more productive at home, 5 steps away from my own refrigerator. So I'm not spending $20 a day on lunch and breakfast. I'm not spending $50 a day on commuting into the city or commuting wherever the hell I got to go. I'm not stressed out and spending 3 hours a day commuting back and forth on the highway, on the turnpike, on the parkway, whatever the hell it is. I get to have my puppy in my lap and my comfort food and my comfort dog and my big ass comfort mug, right? I get to do whatever the hell I want to do and still get this work done and not be stressed out. And you want me to come back in the office because what? You can kiss my ass. So once you put that together, and that's a funny ass video that you have where you got somebody that's like, I'm filling out my resignation because they told me I had to be in the office, right? Once you get past the novelty of that, you look at the ramifications of that. People can live and work where the hell they want. So now $500,000 that used to get you an 8.5 square foot house in Hoboken, an 8.5 square foot studio in Hoboken, you can live down the shore. You can live further in. You can live in another state. You can live damn near wherever the hell you want and still telecommute in your job. So how much does $500,000 get you where you want to be versus where you think you have to be? All right. So now we're talking 24 months of not only production, but high value production where we haven't had to spend a dime in the creation of the all too powerful lead. But no, I get it. Katie says to me, Sekou, you know what? That's cute, but I need to pay my bills today. Right. And I like expensive things. So I got a Lamborghini truck that I got to pay off. It's electric. I'm still economical and ecologically friendly and stuff like that, right? It's an EV, right? But Sekou, what about today's money and today's bills? Well, I'm gonna give you one last tip and then I'm gonna shut up so that we can ask questions and interact. Is that all right, y'all? All right. So you got the all too powerful buyer. You did this campaign. You've created all of these people that are now pre-qualified for $500,000, $1 million, whatever the hell they qualify for. They didn't know they qualified for it, and now they're qualified for it. Now, where the hell am I going to put them? Because every property out there is getting 40 offers on it, is going over asking. And if we go out there and look at 500, okay, wait, I'm sorry. Whew. Bridget, I get a little excited about that, right? So this is what my pattern says. My pattern says you look at the MLS last. Okay. You look at the MLS last. So I follow this pattern every single time. Write this down. It's a little cryptic, but I think you'll get the point. Me, find, tribe. Me. Who am I already talking to? Me. Find. FSBO's expires withdrawn. Who can I find? Circle prospecting. Who can I find? Tribe. What do my allies have that I can't see? Joe, Scott, who are you talking to? Who are you already in conversation with in this area? I got somebody that's got a hot offer. And if you're talking to somebody that'll hear my offer, that'll really work. Right? So me, find, tribe. Right? Now watch this, Bridget. This is how I use the MLS. This is the way that I use the MLS. I do it every single time. I am a bit of a bastard. Okay. I don't even know why I pay for the damn MLS, because they tell me I have to, right? So I go to the MLS. I put in the address that matches their search criteria, right? 123 Main Street pops up. 123 Main Street is a brand new listing. It just came up today. What does that mean? That means tomorrow there's going to be 40 offers on it, right? Okay. I put the pin, right? Imagine a pin. I know it's a digital pin, damn it. You put the pin on 123 Main Street and you draw a 5 to 7 block circle around it, depending on the density of the area, right? If it's a really, really, really suburban area and there's not a lot of density, draw a 10 block circle around it, right? So you can get more properties in it. And then you can either door knock, which, to be very honest with you, is preferable in this market. Okay, door knock, or you can call all of the people inside of that circle. This is the exact script that I use. So if you guys are taking notes, take these notes and make it strong, right? I go, hi, my name is Sekou. We were just about to put in an offer at 123 Main Street, but I swear to goodness, man, we couldn't even get in the door. But they love the area so much, I'm wondering, would their offer work for your place? And then you do the most powerful real estate script in the world. You know what the most powerful real estate script in the world is? STFU. You guys know what STFU stands for? Sure. Bridget is mouthing it. Shut the up. Right? So, Catherine, you would be incredibly effective doing this, right? If you can get out there, you get to the door, they open the door, they see you at the door. You are doing something. Write this word down. Write these 2 words down. You are creating social proof. Guys, can you tell me what the #1 fear is for selling your house right now in this market? Would you say, Bridget? No, say it to me. Say it to me.
I said that it won't sell, and then where are they going to go?
Well, I would say the #1 fear is that it will sell and they still have nowhere to go, right? So what are you doing by knocking on the door and shopping this offer, but showing them what you are willing to do for their buyers? So, Jill, if you were apprehensive about selling your house because you wouldn't have someplace to go, and I said, hey, Jill, how'd you like to customize your real estate search? How'd you like to give me an address or a list of addresses that I can go and see if they'd be willing to hear your offer? Would you like that? Yeah. Did you do that for me? Hell yeah, I do that for you. I'm doing this for somebody else right now with you. And so if you do this and you are consistent, you put that pin in, and even if you didn't draw a 7 block circle, even if you didn't have an expensive dialer that you could pull all the numbers and stuff like that, and all you did was shop the 10 properties on either side of that property and the 20 properties across the street, right, on the block, what you would effectively do is you would create maybe 40 different opportunities for people to say no to you. But what will happen is you'll get 1 or 2 people that'll say yes, which will create today business for you. And it will perpetuate today's business for you, right? Because that That seller turns into a buyer, which turns into a, but you'll also find 5 to 7 people on that block that are like, not right now, but. So most of that 30 million came from the not right now, but that was created in March or April or May when they were like, no, I'm not really interested in hearing offers now. But those same agents kept going back to those same people saying, well, what about this offer? And what about this offer? And what about this offer? And after a while, the offers started to get better and better. And then the question, Jill, became this. Well, what offer would make you move? And they say, well, if that offer went up 20,000, I might consider selling. Then you just turn around and look and be like, Scott, would you come up 20,000 in order to buy this beautiful house? Scott goes, hell yeah, I'd come up 20,000 to go and buy this house. You got a deal, baby. But that started in May. It's July. You see how this starts to work? Those people that are not yet become your database of owners that you can shop the offers from your Green Door Society to over and over and over again. Any questions?
By the way, Sekou, those people, we get a lot of those, man. They're like, well, if I can get this number, the market's so crazy. We're like, yo, guess what? We are doing so much business that we're already paying our media company. We're already doing the advertising. We're already paying Zillow. Dude, to throw you on the market isn't really going to cost me much, man. So I'll tell you what, why don't we get it up there? We'll put your number there and let's see what happens. And let's see what happens. People are getting it. And if they put it on if they're like, people aren't going to do it if they really don't want to move. There's going to be an emotional layer there. So like, call their bluff, right? Be like, go, let's throw it on the market. No sweat off my back.
Well, let's use Joe's words. Let's call their bluff. Let's use Joe's words, right? So this is what I get 99.95% of the time. No, you know what? These people lie to you, right? So they're not so emotionally mature that they can tell the truth about how they're feeling, right? So they don't say, well, if I got a good offer, I would think about moving. They go, no, you know what? We're just not ready yet. Consider we're just not ready yet, a green light to bring them as many offers as you possibly can. And so this is the call their bluff. Joe, wait, unmute. This is the call their bluff move. So Joe, are you telling me that if I get other offers for your place, you don't want to see them?
No, of course, yeah, I'd love to see them.
Okay, all right. Well, then let's do this. Let's just establish a relationship. You say you don't want to go on the market proper, but if something comes up, you'd hear it. Why don't we split the difference? Why don't we go on the market, just be really passive? Let's put it at a number that we don't think is going to get a bunch of offers and see what happens.
Also, dude, what you're talking about, you're not talking about selling houses at all here, by the way. You're talking about getting in a relationship with people so that they know you. They don't know who you are. They know you, like you, and trust you, right? That's kind of it. And people are confused right now in this market. And they don't know what's up and what's down, right? And then you're just there to be the vessel, right? You're just there to like, that's it, right, man? Like,
now watch this, Joe. Now watch this. Guys, go onto social media right now. Go onto social media right now, take a wet sponge and throw it into the crowd. You're going to hit somebody that's saying, it's a seller's market. Buyers can't even get into any properties. Buyers right now, me. Sellers right now, right? That's all you see, right? Guess what? I don't think it's a seller's market at all. I don't think it's a buyer's market at all. I think this is a broker's market. And it's those relationships that we create with other brokers that's really getting deals done. Sam, you got a person that wants to buy a house and the agent that's selling the house. I'm going to tell you right now, you're infinitely better than the 10 other offers that they get, no matter what those offers are. Because you can have a conversation. You can, check this out, broker a deal. Right? And so broker doesn't mean broke no money. Broker deals mean you break the ice and you get this shit done, right? So if you are out there talking to those sellers and you see a person that loses a deal or loses a bid over at 123 Main Street, 123 Main Street goes up, that agent is happy because they went 25 grand over asking or 50 grand over asking or 75 grand over asking. They hope that they're gonna appraise and close. But there's the other 39 offers that didn't get accepted. I would put in to my social media that all of those agents in the area, by the way, I have another property in the area that is willing to sell, bring those deals this way, and I'll see if I can broker a deal for us. Every single day, you create your opportunities. I believe that every single day you should put a deal together. If you are creating at least 90 no opportunities, 90 opportunities for somebody to say no to you, then that means that you're creating at least 10 opportunities to present offers. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do it every day, yeah, there will be some days that suck. You do that every day throughout this entire market, through this market right here, you will create a career. You will create a business that is not only ironclad, but then it's platinum coated on the inside and outside. Like your business will be inseparable from success. And I know some people are like, I'm not really a cold caller. So then don't cold call, freaking knock the block. Oh, I don't really want to door knock. Okay, don't door knock. Go on nextdoor.com or whatever, the neighbor.com or whatever those programs are, and just be like, did you know that there were 16 extra offers after that property closed? I wonder if one of those offers would work for you. Here's the point. Close the gap, close the distance between the idea and the action, but take action. Do it right, do it wrong, but do it.
Sekou, one of the things I love and learned from you is that when we were thinking about contacts, you opened my mind to being like, yo, an interaction, a like, a comment, and an exchange on social media is a contact. Like that's one of your 900 or 90 no's a day or whatever, it definitely can be. And the other thing is like, yeah, you got to pick your poison. If it's like Joe just like gets off on being mojo dialer, but if you're not, like I met with an agent in our office last week. She is I don't know, she's probably in her mid-60s, second career, and she was just like, dude, I don't see that. I had a conversation about what's happening with the internet and Zillow and all these things, and she was just like, dude, I don't believe it. I'm not into it. I'm like, great. You know who else doesn't? There's people in your peer group, and she told me about her like past corporate business and stuff, and I was like, yo, pull out your LinkedIn. I'm going to send you a podcast that I believe in is the future of what's going on. Listen to the podcast, turn your phone around, do a 3-minute review of it, and turn that into a little 2-paragraph blurb, and then tag 3 people that would disagree with me about it. And you're putting out content on a platform that is your vibe. Like those people are still in the market. She's not going to be on TikTok. She's not going to get on Mojo. She's not going to door knock, but she's got 350 executives that used to be, high net worth people or, whatever are in her LinkedIn thing. And that's where those people are hanging out. And it's like, dude, you just have to think about what is fit for you and then get after it and think about your 90 no's. And it doesn't matter where you get them as long as you're taking the stab.
As long as you're getting them.
Yeah.
As long as you're getting, my grandfather used to say, put it where the goats can get it. Right? You don't take their food and put it up too high for them to reach it, right? You got to put it down where the goats can get it. And so wherever you are working, then work that. Gil, I'm telling you right now, I'm absolutely crushing it in this Instagram world, and I still don't understand how it works. I don't understand Instagram at all, but a video goes up, somebody likes or comments, they follow me, I send them another video that is like, so like, let's say such and such is with Coldwell Banker or something like that. And I did a workshop or an interview with a Coldwell Banker agent. I send them the interview and be like, did you see this? The conversations that come out of that are just amazing. Amazing. Hey, I sent one guy, don't be mad at me. I could say this on here, right, Joe? I sent one of my good friends when I was with KW, was a team leader. They fired him from that team leader position, and then he became like a team director or something like that, like for a smaller team. And his stuff that he was teaching as team leader was so effective, but nobody was taking action on it, that he just did it himself and became the #1 agent in that market center, right? And you know what the market center did to celebrate him? They gave him a fruit basket. So everybody else was like, yo, congratulations, this and that. I put on his page, I was just like, that's dope. You know what would be better? Equity. And I fucking sent it to him, and I sent him what the equity looked like in my downline. Conversation. So you could do this any way you need to. Buyer, seller, renter, landlord. My landlords are my greatest investment clients because I know they own more than one property, the one that they rent out and the one that they live in, even if it's the same building. It's more than one unit. And so if you're not out there asking questions, and thank you, Gene. Thank you. I love to share this stuff. You guys are all welcome to throw questions at me and shit like that. I told you I would shut up. What else is out there? What are you facing with?
Yeah, we've got like 10 more minutes, man. What guys, what questions do you have for Sekou? Do and again, what he's talking, all he's talking about is having conversations, right? Like I had a coach, I'll never forget it. Like it was a huge aha moment for me. A coach was just like, he's like, Joe, do you know why you accomplished this or why you've gotten to here or done this? And what's the number one underlying thing about all these things that you've done? And I was like, I was looking for this huge, I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. And he asked me the question so that I self-discovered. And it came down to like, he's like, dude, you're just having more conversations with more people. Like that's it, man. And it's funny, Sekou, when you talk about the cereal thing, I'm like, so stupid. But then like, and then I'll share this too, man. Like when you're like, dude, get vulnerable out there, right? Like,
yes.
Dude, like one of my mentors posted a picture of like his like body transformation, and like, dude, if I did it, I texted one of my friends. I'm like, dude, wait, I'm like, yo, did you check out so and so with this like naked body transformation bathroom photo? Like, what a dink! Like we were kind of goofing on him. The dude wound up getting like, I don't know, 1,200 views, like something like the most viewed ever. Everyone's talking about this dude. And like, I ran into him and then I goofed on him and he's like, dude, he's just like, like, it was something for me to talk to him. And I'm watching the story, right? But like getting the conversation, what questions do you guys have? So this has been.
Wait, check this out, Joe. Speaking of vulnerability, right? You guys know who Gogo is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know who Gogo. You know her, the greatest post that she ever put up was the one where she took her front tooth out. She's got a fake tooth in the front. It's like I don't know what they call it. She's a gorgeous woman, beautiful woman. You know, all of the stereotypes, right? And she's sitting up there talking, and she just like, and she just took her tooth out. And she just like a hillbilly, and she's laughing about it. Everybody is like.
She's the number one influencer in the fast forward movement. She's like recruited like 150 agents.
She's a millionaire.
Yeah. Right.
And the number one post that she had was the one where she was the goofiest.
Yo, you know she wears a wig too, right?
I don't know that. Did she take that off? I'm just No, I'm just playing.
I think the best post I ever put up on social media in terms of engagement was not when my daughter was born or I got married. It was I made hard-boiled eggs for breakfast as a teacher. I would like drive back and forth to Elizabeth every day from Point Pleasant. And I was like out of it. It was dying. And I like took out my egg and I would like crack it on my desk. I would like drop it from about, 11 inches up and just kind of throw it on the desk to crack the egg. And I grabbed a non-hard-boiled egg and I like smashed it on my desk on top of my shit. And that is like my number one hit on social media.
Dude,
like this is how my day's going, and it was just a cracked egg all over my shit.
That's the parasocial relationship, because everybody can relate to doing something like that. Not everybody has run a sub-minute mile, but everybody has tripped up the stairs at least once in their life. Like it is the thing that connects us to the world. Is the universality? Is that a real word? I don't know, but it's the universal. Excuse me. This is a great post. Every time we make bacon, the fucking alarm goes off, right? So
you're right on cue, man.
You put it in the oven.
So it's the universal nature of human life that really is connecting people. Get out there and have more conversations the way that Joe is. If you do what I asked you to do, if you create that group, if you send that message to every tenant you know, there is 15 to 24 transactions waiting for you the rest of this year. I guarantee it. That's me guaranteeing it. If you do that, Jen Kuhn has a room full of newer agents. I guarantee you, they don't know shit yet, right? You agents out there, if you're on, you don't know shit yet, do what I say. Do it today. Don't do it tomorrow. Do it today. You'll bulletproof the rest of this year for deals.
By the way, Sekou, I don't know if she can answer. She's right there. Dude, Jill Keating made a post yesterday, and she's like, Jill, I hope it's okay. Like we're being, she like didn't have her makeup on. She like looks like she came out of her bed, and she like was talking about fucking losing a house for her client, and she took her people. It was great. It was awesome. Like
Well, I actually was going to just say something about that. Like, I used to care and have the makeup on, and like, yes, I still like that. And yes, I do use a filter. But I also found like people don't care and they want to see that. So I don't usually wear glasses. And in that, I had taken my contacts out. I was in my glasses. I was sitting on my couch while my husband was bathing the kids. And I was like, hold on, social media time. So I just did that story. And I just like stopped caring. And did you see the one the other night where Riley put the glitter on my face?
Yeah, you know who's like huge on social media is I think her name is Celeste Barber. She does like these like ridiculous. You gotta look her up, and so she'll like find celebrities or I don't know, the sexiest people in the world, like Sports Illustrated model. And she's like a very beautiful woman, but she's not getting called by
not
Victoria's
glamorous.
Secret. But then she'll like do her version of it, and she is fucking huge because everybody else that knows all that Victoria's Secret stuff is like just basically fake bullshit. And so she calls it out, and it's hilarious. She's Australian.
It's hilarious, dude. Yeah. There is a saying, my man Nick Krem. If you really want to follow a social media influencer, go ahead and follow Nick Krem, nickkrem.com. He is my social media guru. He says every single day, he says, you are not competing with other realtors and other brokers. You are not competing with other platforms like Zillow and Trulia. You are competing every day with babies and booties. That is your competition. You are trying to get eyes on you versus Instagram models and babies throwing shit at screens. And if you are not in that mindset of filming your kids or filming yourself without makeup or doing the remake of the celebrity stuff, if you're not in the mindset, if you're taking yourself way too seriously, you will have all of the entertainment value of the pet rock. So my advice to you is to chill out, relax, have some fun, laugh a lot, and do what I say. Just reach out to your people, provide them with the opportunity to come in and sample your bakery, sample your muffins, sample your donuts and your bagels. Have a free open house for all of your tenants to come and see just how much house they could buy if they wanted to buy a house. Done.
Thank you. Dude, that was awesome, man. Guys, can we give a round of applause, thumbs up for Mr. Sekou? Dude, that's I don't know about
next week is the Appointment Academy, Joe. If they want to come in, 19th through the 23rd. It's 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., 5 days. If you give me an extra minute, I'll put the link in the chat real quick.
Do it.
And they are more than welcome to come through and have them use your code so that they can get a huge discount.
What is that?
So the Appointment Academy costs $500, right?
Just, what's the code? And they go find it on your social too.
I think it's Joe Oz, man. Hold on. I think it's Joe Oz guest, but I'll find out exactly what it is. Hold on 1 second.
If you guys want the discount code for Appointment Academy, email admin@joeozgroup.com.
Done. So there's the link in the chat. We're going to generate over 170 million this month. I mean, we've been doubling every month, but I have a feeling we're going to do over 170, 180 million this month in 31 days. I want you guys to be a part of it. Let's go. Let's grow.
It's Monday to Friday, 9 to 3.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you guys do that, if you do Appointment Academy, it's like impossible to fail. It's like absolutely like I went to the one early on when we were doing it live. It was bonkers, man. Sekou, we love you. Thank you. We're blessed to have you.
Joe, it was my pleasure. You guys, I'll see you all soon. Later.
Bye, guys. Thanks, everyone.